This week on Yuuki Productions, we are be talking about the website updates as well as the stream schedule for this week, followed by the Francis the Hedgehog channel and the Infinite Zone channel, as well as Mario Maker 2, the YouTube difference. I'll be talking about what that is in just a moment. And the return of Mario Yuki with a brand new model for that channel. I'll talk about that later. We'll also be talking about editing practice on Yuki's Video Zone and that awkward Tuesday night time slot. I'll explain what that is in just a moment. Let's get started with the stream schedule for this week because, of course, there is a lot to go to. So this week also features the return of Mario 64 ROM hack on Mario Yuki. I'll explain that in a moment. But first, the schedule for this week, including tonight. So tonight we are continuing the Super World for Jada Kid 1. We are not done yet. We are 11 levels away though. It is going to be a while before we finish this. We might finish it tonight, and if we do, we could speed run it, but it's going to be a bit because it's a long Super World and it's not an easy one. However, it is a fun one. That's why I continue to play it. Then tonight at 9:30, we're gonna do our speed runs for one of the super worlds that we did finish. That is gonna be easier to run, so we're gonna be doing that. Tomorrow we have our Mario Golf Toad Tutorial Gauntlet returning for round one, day three, and round one, day four will be on Wednesday with Francis the Hedgehog on his channel and the main channel as well. This week on Mario Maker, at least in terms of next week, I should say, we are featuring viewer level night. So we are back with viewer levels. Make sure you have your viewer levels ready in time so I can add it to the queue. And we will be featuring our new layout for that. So get ready for that. Viewer levels are back this week on Mario Maker. Final Fantasy IX continues with episode 11. The way you say this is Medane Sari. Medane Sari. Sounds like the word sorry, but it's Sari. That is the hometown of Aiko, who we met in the episode 10. So that will be a lot of fun. By the way, there is going to be a grind show that I'm going to be uploading on Monday, tomorrow. I might have a grind show two-parter for you for tomorrow. So get ready for that. Tuesday night is the return of Mario 64 ROM hack on Mario Yuki. I'll explain how this is going to work though in a moment because you guys voted for Saturday. There might be a there might be a case where we do these on Saturday. I'll explain why in a bit. Looking beyond that, Mario Maker viewer level night, obviously Mario Maker on Monday and Wednesday. So you guys know the schedule for that. Thursday looks like to be shady VR chat. As of right now, there's still a vote on should I be the Catrice or should I be Shady. Now, if you did not know who is a Catrice basically from Power World. So that's where I got that from. There's a Power World Avatar World now, where you guys can watch that if you guys want to be interested in that. Then Thursday night is our JRPG night as well. We have Final Fantasy 9 Episode 12, 13 on Friday, and 14 on Friday night. You may have noticed though that the Mario Maker is not scheduled on Saturday, but that's just because when you schedule streams, they're only allowed six at a time. So I will tell you there is Mario Maker on Saturday night. I will tell you that there is Mario Maker Saturday night, and there is going to be ROM hack Saturday night from Mario 64. It's just that I cannot schedule them because I already have over 12 streams this week. Okay, now I'll explain why the Tuesday night time slot is going to be very awkward, awkward later. But I do want to go over the website. The website? That's right, the website. Okay, so this puppy right here, because I want to go over the new things I'm thinking of. So obviously the homepage. Now keep in mind, the schedule is also on the website. So obviously this is the full schedule. where it is. If you see at X2, that means I have two streams of that particular game. In that case, on Friday we have two streams of Final Fantasy IX. Obviously, we also have the weather on the left table. To make sure you guys check that out, there is a flood watch in effect for LA until Tuesday. I do not think they're going to extend it to Wednesday, but you never know. Okay, it is another one of those atmospheric river events. Okay, so if you hear me say atmospheric river, but you see like if you watch news in LA, if Dallas Rain says atmospheric river, it's basically the same thing. The real terminology is atmospheric river because the moisture feed is from Hawaii. It the other people call it the Pineapple Express because of that. So whether you call it atmospheric river, the Pineapple Express, or the rainwater hose, whatever you want to call it, it's the exact same thing. Okay, in the weather field. So that's another one we're gonna have to watch on Monday and Tuesday. Right now, I do not have anything to say about cancellation. That's why I put zero. But as we have seen in the past, if there is a severe thunderstorm warning, I had to put at least a 40% chance to cancel because you never play with Mother Nature. It's just her nature to be nature. Okay? That's what that's what we're looking at, okay? If the warning say watching carefully, that means I am looking at the weather for that particular portion of the forecast because I want to make sure this is not one of those atmospheric rivers yet. So I'm playing streamer and I'm also playing meteorologist kind of in a way. Okay? So that's why I put the weather there. In the summer, most likely no delays because here in LA it's sunshine and rainbows most of the time. It's hot, so yeah, there's that. Now, I'm not only here to show you the weather though. I do want to present one idea. I've seen a lot of people vote on the community tab that they want me to separate Mario Maker, excuse me, and the other stuff we do. What I mean by that, so usually originally this website was originally a Mario Maker site. Before I decided to try integrating everything. The problem with integrating everything is what it looks like. Everything is going to be in here. Mario Maker, Mario Golf, the games that we usually do. So that's the problem. And a lot of people want me to separate Mario Maker and this. So I'm going to tell you now that I will do that. I will go with that and I will start with that next week. Keep in mind that there's gonna be a lot of website stuff talking about next week because of that. But keep in mind that if you want to see anything with Francis the Hedgehog, Infinite Zone, Final Fantasy, it's here on Yuuki Productions. And even VR chat material, it's also on Yuki Productions website. Mario Maker is going to be its own thing, but it's still part of Yuki Productions. Just it has its own site because you don't want to mix Mario Maker and Final Fantasy. Both of them are retro stuff because Final Fantasy 9 is from 2000, Mario is retro, therefore get it, easy. But because Mario Maker and Final Fantasy are two different things, that's why you want to separate them. Okay? So keep that in mind. Okay? Now, I will tell you now there is going to be some stuff that's going to be changed on the site too. I just cannot explain what yet because there is an opportunity for me to make it from scratch, but I have to see if my budget is worth it. Okay? The next thing I want to talk about, according to our thumbnail, let's talk about the character channels. That is Francis the Hedgehog and the Infinite Zone. So let's talk about those two particular channels. Obviously, we I have a video for you. First off, it's on the main channel and his channel. So what is this video? It's this. Francis the Hedgehog channel intro and outro 2. So basically, it's a new version of an intro and outro. The Everybody should know that I've been a fan of Final Fantasy IX for a while, and can you the background is Bermicia. I heard different pronunciations of this thing. It's I say Bermicia, I hear Bermicia, and other pronunciations of that area. I will tell you this is Bermicia in the background. What is that weapon that is on the word duh? That is a spear lancer that is held by one particular character in Final Fantasy IX. That is Freya, as in Freya. Does anybody notice why I enjoy Freya in Final Fantasy IX? Her story. What does the rain tell you? This is not no. This is not a still image. I just paused it. This is a GIF of rain, GIF. And what is the rain for? Well, if you watched me play Final Fantasy IX or you know about the story of the game Bermicia, Bermicia is the realm of eternal rain. RELM. REALM, excuse me. The realm of eternal rain. And for a good reason, it never stops raining there. So, how is this related to the channel? Because he voted on what should be his theme song, Francis the Hedgehog's theme song. And you guys voted for Freya's theme song. So to make it integrated, I put the rain for Bermicia, the background of Bermicia, the weapon from Freya, and her theme song. Her theme song. That's where it comes from. Same thing at the end when we do the outro for the thanks for watching. Subscribe below, and the two videos next to the weapon there, and Francis the Hedgehog in the middle, and the rain, and then the next part of the theme song for Freya. Yeah. So this is the brand new thing. Now, how does it relate to his channel? Because I uploaded the same thing on his channel. It's just that it's not pronounced. It's right there. It's this one right here. So what's gonna happen here? Well, reactions are coming back, by the way. Francis the Hedgehog reactions coming back. It's just that this is the new intro and outro. Okay? Okay, so Gia the Dark Angel and Taveri Peace, they're coming back on this channel. Also coming back on this channel or coming to this channel, Mario reactions. Speaking of reactions, let's talk about the other guy, our other boy Infinite. He's coming back this week. I had to take a break to see what happens if I submitted videos for you guys on different characters. So we did Blaze the last time I did that. I did it on this channel. But on the main channel, you saw you saw that you saw that I did three characters from Final Fantasy IX. Zidane, Freya, and Aiko. Now, what I'm gonna do is upload the same thing on that channel. Let's see what happens if I do that because they are not Sonic characters. They're from Final Fantasy IX, which is why I decided to do that because the fact that we're playing Final Fantasy IX. And I'm gonna run these experiments continuously. I'm just wanting to see what you guys enjoy. That's why I want to try to move away from Sonic characters for a moment to see what happens if I do that. So I'm gonna re-upload these three on that channel so that we can see what happens. Please keep it please keep in mind that this experiment should be taken well semi seriously because I want to see where we're headed to on that front. Okay, that's why I'm doing these experiments for you guys. Moving on, we have gaming news. I know what the thumbnail says, but I do want to go over some other content. Big gaming news with Xbox. New exclusives on the way. More information on that this coming week. And there is a rumor of X Defiant coming very soon. I talked about it a few days ago about investor meeting of X Defiant coming back in March. I mean, excuse me, the full game launching in March. Now there's rumors that it could be sooner than March, thanks to leaks about X Defiant coins, meaning where you can buy stuff from the store. But apparently they removed it. So we're gonna break that down. We'll see what happens with that story. It is gonna be a free game, so do expect some way for them to make money. And if the game's good, they deserve it too. Um, um, Call of Duty. What were you going, boys? Anyway, let's continue on. Let's talk about let's talk about the real other thing that we're bringing back. Mario Maker, the return of Mario Yuki. But first, let's talk about Mario Maker 2, the YouTube difference. So what is this YouTube difference I'm referring to? So back in a few days ago, I mentioned a few things about Mario Maker. Before we go there, let's talk about how we've been doing so far when it comes to Mario Maker in an analytical standpoint. I'm going into numbers now, so I'm going to be talking about numbers. I'm going to talk about percentages, and I'm talking about stats. So please keep in mind there will be a lot of numbers and stuff to talk about. So let's talk about how we've been doing with Mario Maker material. So far, not including the new the new streams that have been included because we're doing that this week. For some reason, two streams have been streamed on this. Oops, that's my bad. I'm going to delete this one because it's a copy of the other one, but it is still on there. So let's take a look at past Mario Maker streams, including the one last night for Jay the Kid 1. So 35 views. Again, standard. When it comes to my content, 35 plus is standard at this point, except for Final Fantasy 9 because it's kind of we're trying out new things. Okay, Power World is kind of more in the testing phase of stuff because I want to see if we can get an audience with Power World. Power World is a survival game, so I played survival games before. The reason why I cut it off early on Saturday was because I'm feeling sleepy. And you know me when I'm sleepy. You know me when I'm yawning. It has happened already this season. I mean, this year, where I turned off a stream because I felt sick. And it wasn't long ago. And I'm going to tell you now, it was not long ago. It was just a few weeks ago that I had to cut off the stream early because I felt sick. And that's why I turned it off early. Thankfully, I didn't throw up, but you don't want to take the risk. So that's why you take your it's safety over streaming most of the time. So anyway, let's talk about Mario Maker in terms of content. So on yesterday we did 35 views. Now this was at night, obviously, so you're gonna get a lot less. Super World 6 on this was a few days ago on the 14th Valentine's Day. 70 views. 70 views again for a Mario game is not bad. We have done that in the past with Mario Wonder. Super World 5, 36. Again, that's a late night. Let's see what else we got. Mario in the morning. Again, this is another experiment we're running where I do Mario Maker, but it's at 11:30 a.m., not 5:30. I will tell you we're doing this again, but I'll have to see what I'm going to be basing it off. Endless Run 53. And then we did another Mario Maker normal Endless Run 50. Another one with 30 with Wheel of Mario. Another morning one at 58. 50 for another one. 58 for another one. 49. Super Road 447. Now keep in mind some of these we're just getting back into it. So obviously we're gonna get less views, but that's okay because I was not expecting much at the time. Okay, so so as you can see, the Mario Maker streams have been doing very well, all things considered, compared to other games that we've been playing. Okay, so why is this the Mario Maker 2 different? The YouTube difference? Well, because we are also doing this on Twitch. I will tell you on Twitch, other than that one day that I got a raid, we're not going anywhere. I had a feeling. I had that feeling that we're not going anywhere. Here's another thing that I want you guys to understand. Remember that I have a Mario Maker Yuki channel for YouTube. Okay? I'll explain why I'm bringing that up in a moment. But let's compare Mario Maker to other games we played. VR chat is another one that we need to compare because it's another thing that we do on this channel on Thursdays, and we are returning Tuesdays in May. Certain characters have gotten more views than others. I have noticed that for a fact. Infinite has 115 one day, then another 40. Again, it's a wide range. Francis the Wolf, 38. Let's see what else. Francis the Wolf on this one, on before we did the Final Fantasy, episode 5, 56. So it's been ranging for him. Shady, 90. 90. Let's see what else. Amy, 87. I've noticed female characters got more views. For the moment, that is the case, except for Infinite for some reason. Let's see. Shady again, 107 for her first of 2024 on January 4th. Going back to last year, Shady 80. Get it? Shady 80? That sounds weird to say, but that's the number. And then before Christmas, um, Shady 58, uh, Shady 109, Shady 65, and then that's all I want to say about that. Because I think if we go further back, Infinite 65, Francis the Wolf 63. Um, Now I'm not gonna count this part because that was before my computer broke down. So I'm gonna give that a pass. But you see my point. So Mario Maker and VR chat have been dominating. What about Call of Duty? Remember that experiment? Oh, oh, oh boy, that failed. That failed spectacularly. But it makes sense, and it's not because I don't play well. It's because Call of Duty sucks. Why do I say that? Look at what's been going on with Call of Duty recently. All you have to do is recency bias on that one. Call of Duty Resurgence 11, DMZ 15, 32 on Resurgence again. That was like the best. 7 DMZ 1. That's it. You're never gonna get anywhere with Call of Duty unless you're really good. When I say really good, I mean 100 kills per game. Okay, good. Okay, so now let's go back to our original topic, Mario Maker. What does all this have to do with Mario Maker? This. I want you to pay attention to what's been going on this channel. Do I need to say more about this? The r- the the YouTube channel of Mario Maker Yuki has been doing good. Has been doing really well, and I think this is no longer an experiment, folks. This is going to be a legit thing now on Mario Maker Yuki. The only thing that might not work as much is the idea zone. Because all of those are more of let me try something new or let me see what you like. Other than that, I think you guys are enjoying the content because almost never see this happen. I mean, like, oh, cool, they're making a Mario Maker channel, but most of them are viewer level nights, and they don't get to explore something like a super world, for example. Okay, now combined, this is not going to make up for my main channel now because on my main channel I do live stream the Mario Maker material. On this one, I will return to streaming on this channel too. I just have to figure out how I want to do it. Do I want to do it the same way as the main channel? But then if I do that, I have to drop Twitch. That's the thing. That's the thing about that. If I decide to drop Twitch, we have no idea how this is going to work on Mario Maker Yuki. That's the that's the caveat. Okay? So, but as you can see, it's been doing very well and I'm very happy about that. Okay? So I will continue this. This is no longer an experiment. This is a thing. Okay? Now, let's talk about the return of Mario Yuki. Okay, so the return of Mario Yuki. What is Mario Yuki? If you remember, if you're an OG, this channel is for Super Mario 64 ROM hack. This was originally called Mario Yuki 64 with the idea to play ROM hacks for Super Mario 64. Makes sense. Why have we not returned to this channel for a while? Because I'm looking for good hacks to play for Super Mario 64 that are non-Kaizo. There are plenty of hacks to play, by the way, but I'm looking quality over quantity here. For more information, look at that video called "The Return of Mario Yuki with Changes," because I explain what could be back here, and I will debut a model. I just have to figure out what type. I did this with a model, by the way. So we'll see how I'm gonna do this. But we are back on this channel on Tuesday. I have to figure out what hack to play now. That's gonna be the hard part because I have to see. We're not gonna draft. We're not gonna do a draft. I decided no. We're just gonna look for a hack. We're gonna play and have some fun. Because if I start a draft like the NFL, we're gonna be doing this all night. And I'm like, nah, that's not us. Okay, so now let's talk about the final thing. and that is the Tuesday night the edit practice. So what is that? That edit practice thing is actually an experiment channel that is this. So what is this channel actually for? Okay, so these are like videos edited with Movavi Video Editor and or DaVinci Resolve 18. Okay, I have a video for you guys here. If the characters in the Wolf Ventures had social media, and what I'm referring to here is I'm using a pack that I purchased from DaVinci or one of those stores where you can purchase packs. And there was a social media pack, and I said, you know what? Let's try something. What if characters in the series were tweeting out something as if they were watching it? So in this particular example, we're using that video Kyle and Gio visit Francis in the hospital. What if Luna was watching the news story before the whole episode started? This is what it would look like. Okay, this is what it's like a little look at what could have been. I will tell you I'm working on video for that sometime soon. I can't spoil it, but I'm gonna tell you Luna the Wolf is in it, and it's pertaining to this particular episode from the series. But what is it actually doing? Anything that I do here could be used in the main channel. But not only the main channel, any channel I have. So like these type of edits I do could be used for anything in the main channel. Why do I not do it on the main channel? Because I want to see what happens in experimentation first. I see some liking it, give or take, but we'll see what happens there. The final thing we want to talk about is the Tuesday night time slot. Why is it awkward? So, as you guys know, Tuesday night this coming week, is a Super Mario 64 ROM hack night. But normally, it's wide open. So why is it awkward? Because it's a 9:30 time slot, and that's the night time. That's late at night in the East Coast. That's 12:30 a.m. Eastern. Okay? Why is it an awkward time on a Tuesday? Because traditionally on on a normal Tuesday, as of this year, we do Final Fantasy 9, but then that Tuesday night time slot is where everything can get tricky. What do I do on a Tuesday night? That's why it's awkward. Now, this week on a Tuesday night, we're going to be doing the Mario ROM hack to prepare for our return to Mario Yuki on Saturday. So basically, the Tuesday night is a warm up to what you're going to see on Saturday. Okay? Now, it looks weird because you're previewing something for a later day. But that's because we don't have a traditional Tuesday night 9:30. Now, the original one was to have VR chat on Tuesday night at 5:30 like we used to do. The reason I changed it is because obviously students are in school, people are working on a Tuesday. This is not the weekend. Tuesday is definitely not the weekend. So to represent that, we are doing something else on a Tuesday night on 5:30 with the Final Fantasy 9 for JRPGs. But then 9:30 gets swapped out because we don't have VR chat on a Tuesday until May. So what happens on Tuesday nights? That's where we're experimenting material. That's usually material ex, um, ex, material 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 exploration day is what I call Tuesday night 9:30. because they have no official schedule. We know that Monday and Wednesday are are set up correctly. Friday is set up. The only difference is on Friday I do church volunteering every every 2 months out of the Fridays. It just so happens that this week and last week we did not have church volunteering, so I get to two episodes of Final Fantasy IX instead of just one. And that's huge because we're about to enter the second half of the game. Once we finish IFA 3 Part 1, we're going to the second half of the game. So basically, we are at a halftime once we hit the IFA 3, okay, in Final Fantasy 9. That's on Friday, okay? So so that's why it's awkward. What do we do on a Tuesday night at 9:30 that makes it more interesting? There have been other ideas I have. The other idea I had was a video editing night and like a live video edit of some video using DaVinci Resolve 18 to present that idea of me teaching you something. That could be a thing. And I was thinking of doing a live space. No cap. I want to see if I can do it on live space. We'll see though. I want to show you my video editing skills on live space. But more details on that if I decide to do it. But let's go with the the whole Mario ROM hack thing on Tuesday. Just to come back to it. If I see something that I like, then I'll go with it. Then I'll run with it. Okay? But I don't want to just do something if you're not going to be interested. That's the thing. Okay? All right. That's going to do it for this week in Yuki Productions. I hope you guys are ready for it. A lot of things I covered there. So make sure you guys watch the whole thing again if you're interested. And I want to know if you guys want more ROM hacks on a Tuesday, on and a Saturday, or do you want me to save Tuesday for an editing night on LiveSpace? That's the catch. It's going to be on LiveSpace because I really want to try that out. Okay, so and tell me what you think about how the schedule is going. Do you guys like it? Oh, and one more thing. You guys have the opportunity right now to vote on a flip. Mondays and Wednesdays are no matter what are going to be Mario Maker plus the featured Mario game. The flip happens. Do you want Mario Maker earlier? Do you want a 5:30 Mario Maker rather than a 9:30? That would put Francis the Hedgehog at 9:30 instead of 5:30. So let me know what you guys think about that too. I have for you guys to poll on that. That's all for now. We will see you guys in a few hours for more Mario Maker. Enjoy and live life to the fullest, ladies and gentlemen.